Hello there, fellow cafe diners. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Whiskerwood Pirate Seas. Episode 5, Expanding the Food Quality and Selection. We've got a supply ship coming tomorrow, pirate blockade, and then a whisker ship in 3 days away. Still no sign of when taxes come. If you haven't voted yet, feel free to do so. Got to split the vote. So for better housing, after we research the ore smelter, I will either research better food or better housing, and it will be up to you. It's not to say that I'm going to immediately be able to roll that out. It's going to take a minute for us to benefit from those, but I'll make the attempt to work towards it. Are better houses insulated? No, they're not. They're just more satisfying.
You have been it.
I must say the Eureka is getting triggered a lot. Good. We only have one researcher, so the faster the better. You guys want to make me flip a coin, huh? Okie dokie. I'll flip a coin. Heads will be for food, and tails will be for housing. Heads. We're doing better food. So the next research we're going to go for is the smokery. Smokery will allow us to smoke the fish, which is a higher quality food than raw fish. And the ore furnace is done. I'm not yet ready to start setting up like ore furnace. I think probably the right time to do it is when we actually have functionally something to even do with the ores. Because at the moment, they don't provide a tax value, so it's essentially taking resources we could trade the crown and destroying them, functionally speaking. So I will absolutely be smelting our own soon, but only when we have a means to turn them into something that we can actually use. Are you back in the colony yet? Not yet. When's our next? We have 3 days until the next whisker ship. And it will be after winter ends, so possible that I actually add someone. Sometime tomorrow I'm going to have to add new fires. A positive approval day, but not by a large margin. The biggest complaints here is pollution, which is not solvable, bland food, and bad housing. And we are working towards the bland food. And that, of course, will turn from a negative to a positive. So it's not like we're not just removing the negative 27. We'll be adding, like, had smoked fish as a positive. So it will be definitely a benefit. And if I bottom out on favor and approval, I'll just complete one of the quests that we've got cached. It is a real cold day. It is a -5. Yeah. Got to make sure these fires burn. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlap the fires. Placement here is blocked? Why? Oh, because there's plants there. Yeah. Just because I know one set of the fires are going to burn out, and I want to be able to put in the next set in. Farmers. This is what, the final day of winter? So they'll have, I'm going to leave them idle. I know they're not working, but they'll be working tomorrow. I'm going to refuse the supplies one more time. The claws have become impatient. I'm refusing it because this is the final day of winter. And there will be, they still have like a winter surcharge on it. So this allows me to avoid that winter surcharge. And we'll pay the crown back soon. So they don't get overly angry. Okay, school still needs about half of the resources it requires. About 50% done supplying. And the research is going pretty good. We already have a third of the smokery. I had intended to farm here, but we didn't get as much of this cleared as I had hoped. So there's still a lot of trees and forageables to be removed before it's really like a good farm plot. Let's double check. Let's check in on our cloaks. So woven cloaks are fine. I don't think we need that right now. We have 28 cotton and a lot of ores to sell to the crown. I think we're in a pretty good position. And then a ton of like useless trinkets for the crown as well, thanks to the quest completions. Let them have trinkets for taxes. Yeah, that's the intent. All right. So some of the houses fell cold. But this is, it's warm enough, they're not going to die. And these are the last fires I'm going to have to set this winter. Tiny little archipelago. The cafe is cold. I don't think that's going to matter for a day or two. Okay, it was negative approval. The dirty fur and chilled paws. Ate raw food. Nauseating pollution. So nauseating pollution is just like more pollution than mild. The overlapping fires was the cause. But things should be on the up and up soon.
The insects are waking up for the spring thaw.
Alright.
The insects are waking up for the spring thaw. Now it is our chance to maximize this year's bounty. It is time to plant crops and expand our farm.
So what it's asking for is for me to have up to 5 farm workers, which is honestly not a terrible idea, to temporarily transition the fishermen to the farmers. In order to do that, I'm going to need more farms, though. So let's put one here, which will help to add capacity to this farm. I will, however, need to rework the staircase system here so that it's better. Maybe up like that, and then Oops. Up like that. Oh, don't even have planks. That way, this farm is reachable. And then we can go up further if we want. Set up a second bath area. Not a bad idea. I would definitely want to... Let's actually bulldoze it. I'll definitely want to fulfill maybe the springtime is for planning first. And also the school that we have going on. It's one of the situations where a lot of these tasks require planks. 21 planks for a bath or 21 planks for a cafe. So I have to decide where my planks are allotted. Otherwise you're not working on anything. You're just allocating a little bit of planks to a lot of different spaces and not getting anything done. So I'm trying to avoid that situation. And in order to fulfill the quest requirement, I might just add another like farm here and just like put one person in it to check it off the list.
The insects are waking up.
That gives me 40 approval for me to just cash in whenever I want. I'm going to cash in the freezing temps approval.
You have been...
So I don't get too close to approval 0, so that we can still keep triggering the Eureka and lifting with your back. I'm setting the school as the highest priority. Yeah, all planks to one project, exactly. So tomorrow is a pirate blockade, and I can probably just throw them another piece of machinery, and we'll have a whisker ship. A smuggler is, I don't think was in the demo, and a smuggler allows you to smuggle things back to like the crown. And it's a different subset of goods. So for instance, like cut stone has no tax value, but it can be smuggled. And it can be smuggled for like gold bullion, which then can be sold to the crown. So once the smuggler comes, I'll actually be able to show you that stuff. The crop fertility of just about everywhere, except for this one field, came back. Just from being fallow for the winter. More or less. Do you die from cat cannonballs? No. It destroys buildings, not people. Oh! Completely net neutral. Okay, clear skies. Increase crop grow speed. That's going to be pretty handy. We're starting to sow the cotton required for the crown. The school only needs 2 more planks, and then we can start teaching people stuff. Pirate demands. 1 machinery and 3 cloaks. Bye-bye now. And here's the whisker ship. If I'm adding farms... Ooh. A craftmaster who's educated and swift, your expectations are going to be really hard to meet, though. I don't need an unsafe farmer. That sounds like a bad idea. I'll probably re-roll these. I'm looking for... a farmer. Maybe a rebellious farmer. Sow the seeds of rebellion, right? With a farmer. Okay, we have the first raffle in a while. So, raffle timer's up. And good luck. For now, I'm going to have that farmer... Oh, you know, let's pull... No, I need one of these farms built. I wouldn't mind pulling one of the fishermen over to the farming. Or actually all of them, because we have a lot of fish. Alright, mining camp is idle. Cheers. School's up. Let's start trying to train a craft master. So, Bifrostborn, you're going to be pulled from the mines. And stuck in a teaching role in the school. Now, I can teach people the guild specialty of mining, or teach people to become an apprentice or craft master. I'm going to start off with an apprentice. The reason for it is I don't have an appropriate engineer to work in the stone cutter. So I'm going to fire Big Brody and put Big Brody on Forge Hut, so we can forge out the stuff blocking my farm sooner. Then I'm going to need an engineer. Nabla, guess what? It's going to be you. And we're going to stick Nabla. No, that's not Nabla. Nabla in the school. And Bifrostborn is going to teach Nabla how to become an apprentice for engineering, so that Nabla can work in the stone cutter as a guild appropriate apprentice there. I could go all the way to Craftmaster. That just takes a very long time. It's a lengthy investment. And you know what? Hell, I'll show you how long it is. So right now it is the 1st of spring, day 26, and we'll just have them go all the way up to Craftmaster. So our school is in. Now, if I wanted another bathing dock, I think that's a good idea. But maybe what we'll do is I'll create a pier where it goes west. If that makes sense. Something like that. Which requires a lot of landfill. So, turtle. Start working on it. Does a craftmaster count for the building's apprentice requirement? Yes, it does.
Our fur is not. You have been entrusted.
And I just cashed in the other quest I had pending so that we didn't bottom out on approval. It's getting close to 0. What is my builder working on? Are you stuck? Oh, yeah, like, of course you are. How could you not be? I walled you in. I like how he wasn't complaining. He's like, well, I guess I'm just gonna stand here and smell the flowers. Malicious compliance, can't work, so I won't work. I was wondering why my building tasks weren't getting done. Noticed, yeah, the game absolutely will allow you to wall up your shipping dock for some reason and not throw a complaint. I'm glad I figured that out sooner than later, because it probably would have taken me a while had I not checked on that one person. Alright, choose a winner. Fangface. Congrats. You're the maliciously compliant, inquisitive rebel. Yes, Turtle, you are in charge of making piles of dirt. I hope it's a little warmer tomorrow, or I might have to light a fire or two, so people don't get too cold. Hey, look at that! Pollution. All the pollution from the heating went away. And now we're 75 in the net positive. No problem. Alright, it's still snowing. I think I'm gonna roll with it. I don't think I'm gonna heat it up again. And we do have a smuggler coming by today. A supply ship and a smuggling ship. Now, the supply ship I'm gonna have to accept because the crown's gonna kill me if I don't. Well, not kill me, but they'll destroy a whole lot of buildings. A ship has arrived offering trade. So this is a smuggle ship. Smugglers offer to buy goods with gold bullion. Gold bullion can then be sold to the crown. The smuggler is asking to buy things that the crown is not interested in, like cut stone or woven cloaks. And as you can see, as I build up what I export to them, I can get a gold bullion for it, which then has trade value for the crown. Also, you can make gold bullion via the ore furnace. Let's export. Sure. I don't think it's a good deal, but whatever. I want to do a little bit of smuggling. Anyway. Smokery's done. Alright, now that we have the smokery, we can decide. So the coppersmith allows us to make scissors. And eventually fire tongs and bronze nails, which is industry boosters. We could also research tier 1. Oh no, I don't have the copper bars. Flax spinners for ropes, which ropes I think is used to boost. Oh no, they're not the catalyst for fishing dock. What else? We could do like plank row houses, which is a housing quality tier 2. And plank boats. Or organized heating. Medical triage. I haven't had anyone injured yet, so maybe I'll do organized heating next. Alright, the farms are finally getting built. Nice. And then I'll shift my fishermen over there. Supplies! Yeah. Okay. Don't want them killing me, so sure. Ooh, Rebellion Fervor is up to 1. Rebellion Fervor is the colony in the colony leads to rumors and murmurs of a future free from the claws. Upon hearing such remarks, most workers will be inspired and work harder. Monarchists hearing such treason will complain. Bangface, I think you're spreading some rebellious rumors. So, thank you. Alright, checking in our education. Nabla is about 1/3 of the way to becoming an apprentice. It has been a day. So I think it's like 6 days for a craftmaster, something like that. I could be wrong about the exact number, but it's roughly like that. All right, springtime is for planning.
Up for the
Done. And now I have a bunch of approval that I can cash in whenever I want, and fire it again. He was like, put. Yeah, I know. Because I don't need this. In fact, that was only to really fulfill the...
insects are
no.
waking.
I shouldn't have done that. Apparently, I need the farmers hired to be able to do it. I thought once I was done, I was done. Okay, fine. I'll put this back. Learn my lesson. Alright, no builders available, I know. And the woodcutter is idle. So the woodcutter has cut all the trees nearby. I'm going to move them slightly closer to the trees they're cutting. Give them a path to get down there. And a path to get up there. Why are you idle? The farms are still too cold? Really? You're asking me to hire farmers, but it's too cold for farming? Game? You gotta check yourself. Alright, this mining camp is idle. We're doing a pretty good job of, like, mining a path through the entire mountain. Of course, the logistics to be able to carry the goods that we mine from one end to the other becomes more labor-intensive as time goes on. But still, it can be useful if you want to strip mine the inside of the mountain. I'll have them keep it up. My maximum favor is just shy of 150, which would open up another policy, or a few more policies. So, next chance I get to add more to a population, I'll take it. So we can pull our population up to the 19 mark and be able to get the extra policies. So that would be strip mining. I don't have a lot of interest in strip mining, though, because it has a chance to ruin or lose mine resources, which doesn't sound so good. Trash burning, where fuel lasts longer, but it produces double pollution, which is kind of rough. But it doesn't get me near the trinkets. The stump collection is at 200, which is probably going to be like population 25 or so. And most of our planks are just immediately being turned into research. That's how expensive it is. It really is very expensive. Ooh. Nice.
The insects are waking up for the spring
Oh,
thaw.
no. You know, hold on. Apparently, it's incomplete here, but I can complete it here.
The insects are waking up for the...
Whatever. What to build next? So, right now I am... If we want, I could set up a smokery, which takes fuel and turns fish into smoked fish. It turns 3 fish into 5 smoked fish, but it does have pollution. So there's the actual physical placement of where we put it down as like a problem to solve. Alternatively, we could start to set up ore furnaces, turning copper ore and fuel into copper bars. And copper bars allows us to unlock the next research tier, plus like make things with it. I think it's also a smuggled good. Copper ore is a non-smuggled good, but copper bars is smuggled good. So, what to build next? Either way, we're going to need the charcoal maker as a source of fuel. I can try to source some of the fuel as like coal, but realistically, there's only so much coal, so we're probably going to want charcoal making. So it's either between smoked fish or ores. Ingots. Pick between those two. Are fields affected by pollution? No, it's just
are
people.
A humble race. We rarely make such uncouth demands as may be our right. Yet it has come to the attention of the kingdom that too few colonies are repaying this humility with proper respect. Your colony has appeared on such a list. This is your last warning. Build 8 claw statues worthy of the grace we have shown the Whisker kind.
Okay, it's asking for me to build a lot of claw visages for tax credit. So we pay less in taxes. And
We claws are a
whether we accept or refuse, I'll leave it up to you once this poll's done. But the tax collector does arrive today. And if I send a large shipment, they won't be furious with us, which is good. Because if I refuse them right now, they'll like cannon barrage me. So here is some cotton and gold bullion. And then we'll do trinkets. Then logs, maybe. Because I can always cut down more trees. Or actually, we'll do berries. Because I have a lot of food. And if I'm about to make smoked fish, we're going to want more smoked fish than berries anyway. Alright, large shipment. Claws Trust will go up +2 to 3 out of 4. And there should be a whisker... No, that's... Supply, whisker, and taxes in one day? Maybe. But I think it's pretty safe to say I'm going to call this one early. You guys are going to want smoked fish. Should we build the claw statues? Yay or nay?
We claws are a humble
So the claw
race.
statues are a terrifying statue. You build them and it frightens people and makes them upset, but speeds them up, makes them run faster. And I hadn't really intended to build this. We could, if you want to accept it. It's up to you. A supply ship. I'm going to refuse. So now the impatience is at neutral. It's at 2 out of 4. It's fine. Taxes are coming in like another 2 days, so I'll be able to pay another shipment. In paying the next shipment... Oh, here we go. So as a result of a large shipment, I got the ability to have a slide. Done. And we'll go for cloaks. Actually, if I'm doing smoked fish, we'll just get fuel. Setting up the smokery. I'll put the smokery over here. Pretty physically far away from where people live. Or actually, yeah, I'll do that. So I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll have the fishing dock send the resources that they produce to a small warehouse here. And I'm going to decide this grass here I'm not going to care about. I'm not going to farm there. So I'll put up a warehouse here. I'll prioritize the warehouse, but I'm going to make sure it does not accept just anything. And then I'm going to put up a smokery here and eventually get a road between them so that the fishery sends their fish to the warehouse that then the smoker can draw from. And then we can also get the charcoal maker out there somewhere eventually as well. I had said I wanted to add one more pop to it. What type of industry is the smoker? Is that food? Farmer guild? Okay, so let's look for another farming guilder. We have a greedy heavy eater? No. Let's reroll. Sickly? Nah. Ideally, we want someone that can't smell. Diligent? Now, do I have a can't smell farm worker? I do. Raven. Okay. So in that case, we'll take the diligent one. Refuse the rest. Raffle up. And we're going to refuse this statue request. They can... I mean, it doesn't make them less impatient, so it doesn't really matter. Our population is now 19. And we got the slides that you guys were hoping for. So if I manage to get like long stairs, which allows you to ascend faster, and then slide, which allows you to descend faster, I can start like flattening out the top of the mountain or something like that. And we got another camp to settle. There you go.
The insects are waking up for the spring.
Oh, yeah, okay, it really didn't work. Said I could turn it in, and then it was like, haha, just kidding. Okay, well, today I learned. Let's get the farm back again for, like, the third time. It actually doesn't really matter where it gets built. So I'll build it somewhere stupid. I'll put it here, because it's closer to being constructed. Throw a temporary farmer and then complete the thing, and then get it done. So, a question for you guys. Should I adopt a new policy? Meaning switching off of the old policy for a new one. So, we could get strip mining. We could get trash burning. Or do neither. None. Because we now have a approval max high enough to unlock that stuff if we want. Even still, it might be worth unlocking it, even if we're not using it with some of the excess reputation we have, just so that it's available to us. Because, you know, you can unlock anyway. Like, you might as well just have it all unlocked just in case. Organized heating is just over a third done. Do I have a free engineer anywhere? No. I have free farmers. Got it. Alright. No, keep my policies. That works too. Yo, farmers, you ain't doing nothing. I think it's because they're not, like, bound to the same farm or something. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Because they're all about to get furloughed. This area is looking pretty lush and green. Hopefully we can process it faster so that it's ready to go and become farmland in its own. I could also potentially put another farm over here. This looks pretty arable too. If I want to extend this path out, we could actually set up a real farm. That might be nice that we can start sourcing our own flax. Because I'm having to forage for flax, and that's, you know, eventually the source is going to run out. Same with trees. Okay, we are 100 over approval max. You guys say don't adopt a new policy, but with that said, I'm going to unlock them anyway. So I'm going to unlock night construction. Because I had so much overhead approval, might as well just spend it.
colony has been found to be undersized. Your tax receipts have not kept pace with...
Wants me to have 84 population. Man, you crazy. All right, raffle goes to magic. Now this warehouse, I'm going to want to set up so it doesn't receive goods from everywhere, but only the fishery. So logistics, reject all, and then allow fish and allow smoke fish. That's all that we want stored in it. So it's a dedicated to make the smokery more efficient. Another whisker ship. No. Not today. The other thing I could do is I could stockpile. So, logistics, destination, set it to the small warehouse. So I'm having a ton of fishermen shove fish into the warehouse because pretty soon we'll be able to smoke it, and that will make people a lot happier. I have 21 fuel. So then once the smokery's done, we'll need to set up a charcoal furnace. And the furnace can be set like here. And then we'll have our ore furnace nearby. Basically, things be stinky in this area. Thank you for tuning in to Whiskerwood Pirate Seas, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow micekin.